What up?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 12th and a half issue of Why Am I a Nerd presents Yo Wud Up Comics. Each and every week, we get together to talk all things comics, from old to new, fan theories, and what ifs. We've got you covered. I'm Cameron James. Joining me, as always, Golden Voice of the podcast, Matt Ferreira. So we're literally 12.5 because we recorded this episode originally.
Yep, and it was awesome.
And then the fucking computer hit the bed.
Which I'm going to go on record and say that shit the bed, right? Shit the bed. Not hit the bed.
Oh, fuck no.
Unless it's something so on the bed and then died.
Yeah,
but
not.
Either way, the computer wasn't ready to handle all the awesomeness and everything we were talking about. We had a couple of great ideas, so we're here to bring it back.
Hopefully get our
our
acting skills on and reenact the bullshit that we did. But the good thing though is we actually don't have to now talk about the first thing we originally talked about. We actually originally touched base on the DC Universe content migrating to HBO Max. That was according from Jim Lee. And honestly, he then said something again today. I read something today or yesterday stating that the DC Universe Online app is going to indeed focus on being comics only. Okay. And I fucking called that.
That makes, which makes sense. So that was the only thing they really could do.
Yes.
But there's another thing we talked about, which, I'm going to re-bring back up. Now, refresh my memory here, because we've been doing Hero Cinema now for a good, 10 issues.
I fucking forgot about this.
So
fuck you. I'm just going to go into it. I'm just going to go, you know what?
What are the bottom two?
Doesn't matter.
What are the bottom two movies in Hero Cinema?
Okay, so what he's getting at is the bottom two movies in Hero Cinema are both representations or...
adaptations of Batman.
Yes.
They're Batman inspired. They're both Batman inspired pieces.
That proves nothing, though, about Batman. It just proves that no one can match his greatness.
Know, but what was the second overall movie? What's the...
We haven't even watched... But we haven't watched...
But what's the number two rated movie? What's the second
The
rated?
Phantom.
No, it's not.
It's Toxic Avenger.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's Power Rangers?
Nope. You know full well.
I know exactly
what Power
Yeah, but we did watch Hero Cinema. We watched Blank Man, which is awful.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
And again, we know that we sit here and knock on these movies. We get it. We understand that. It's just for all good fun. If you want to watch it, watch the fucking movie. But we think it sucks.
But it's like we took some edibles beforehand.
We did, and I have to edit. I have to edit that content still. I was like skimming through it on my laptop. I was like, God damn! On my new laptop that cost me a whopping shit ton of fucking money.
God, can we
Fuck
do
you, Apple.
A hand clap for Cameron
Apple.
James, who's that dedicated to bringing this content to the people.
Fuck.
Wouldn't even accept money from me for it.
I would not.
Tried.
No way.
I tried.
You know what? I just gotta hope that again. And I said to the lady when I was buying this, like, how much would this cost if I bought PC version? She's like, $1,500. I'm like, fuck you.
So why don't I just get the PC?
Because everything I do is Mac. Works Mac. I know Mac at the back of my hand. I mean, I set up a streaming thing today on my PlayStation. Apparently, you can stream on PlayStation. So who knows?
Yeah, you can do that.
Might have contact going with that as well. But
I could be a future ABG content.
Well, one of the things we added. Well, one of the things that we did on ABG today was Matt now picks a game for me, and I have to play it, and it could be any game. But he's had to have to play it. So he picked Prey, which I downloaded today. It was like $5 on.
Wait, is Prey the one where one person's a monster and everybody else?
No, that's
is
Evolve.
That's a cool game.
That game sucks.
Really? I think it's such a cool. I never really played it.
It's
but
awful.
It's such a cool concept.
It's a really cool concept.
I watched stuff online, but then I got into it after all my friends were like, "We'd already played this." Fuck. I would have.
It's a cool concept, but it doesn't. It
doesn't work.
No, not really. Because I don't know. You see the it just wasn't for me. It was like a kind of wanted to be Left 4 Dead, but just never did it. So, but once again, this is Why Am I a Nerd presents Yo Wud Up Comics. You can follow us on Instagram at Why Am I a Nerd Official, Facebook.com/Why Am I a Nerd, and listen to new. Damn, I can't talk today. I know this is second podcast I've done today, so I'm like stuttering. Listen to new issues every Tuesday on your favorite podcast service, or catch new issues every Monday at 3 p.m. on YouTube.com fuck yourself.
Weird letters and stuff because we're not yet verified. Are you saying it's difficult to do? Because I do podcasts back to back.
But I've been doing editing all morning, cooking
fair.
Dinner,
all right,
doing two podcasts,
I take
playing a video game.
I reel back everything I just said.
Doing like 4 things. Dealing with me moms or sponsors. So it's one of those days, but it's Sunday, so we're drinking. Sunday too. It's a rainy Sunday. We're drinking shandy. We're doing another podcast. And you know what?
It feels like we're at a lake house right now. You know what I mean? It's got that. It's got that vibe right now. It's got that lazy Sunday.
And this podcast might go longer. Who knows? We don't have anyone telling us how long we're gonna fucking do this.
We're Italian list. Well, not completely Italian list.
Yes,
but we're without the Italian. And Valenti is...
He's not. But he got a new name. He's a stat man now.
The stat man.
Stat man.
The
fuck is that?
You never heard the stat man? But it's the stat man said? He's the stat man. All right, this will be a lot funnier if somebody else is here.
Before we get into our topics today, Matt, tell us, what can we find August 19th at our local com shop?
Oh, I got to stretch it out.
From the 7. Boys reference. Boys reference.
Oh, it's almost like they're, the star of the show today. Mm-hmm. From DC, we've got Batman Annual 97, Wonder Woman Annual number 4, Nightwing 73, Justice League 51, Aquaman 62, Harley Quinn 75, Teen Titans 44, Catwoman 24, Wonder Woman Dead Earth number 4, Dark Knight's Death Metal Guidebook number 1, which actually, I'm going to pause right here. So, I don't know this for a fact. You've been reading Death Metal. I have not.
Yeah.
The Death Metal Guidebook, is that going to be kind of similar to what Marvel does in the beginning of all their issues, where it tells you what you need to read to understand what's happening?
I hope so, because that is a really fucking confusing storyline. It is so, I don't even know, where to begin with that storyline or how it even, I get it. I lied. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
So
I don't understand what the fuck's going on.
47 and 10 content. With next time we go for September, we're gonna have to try to what that is.
Yeah, we gotta try to find this guidebook and pick it up. And you have to read Death Metal first of all.
Yeah,
not Death Metal. Dark Knight's Metal. There's two. There's Dark Knight's Metal is the original. Death Metal is the sequel.
What the fuck?
They just put death in front of the word metal.
That's really annoying because then you don't know. I was gonna say I do have suggestions for after we're done with this boys
binge.
Yeah. I think we should do Ultimates. And
that's fine. You said that for a while.
I have a special guest who I think would join the show. That'd be pretty good for that too.
Okay.
So
hopefully we get another. Hopefully we get another one of these fucking mics.
Well, he'd probably we can.
Oh, we could zoom it.
Yeah, whatever.
That's fine.
Whatever needs to be done. Whatever's easiest.
Cool.
We also got Metal Men number 9. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You number 105. From DYNAMYTE, we've got Red Sonja number 18. Killing Red Sonja number 3. That sounds very counterproductive. How do you have an ongoing series about a character and then another ongoing series about killing him? Her?
I mean, Death of Wolverine.
I mean, yeah, but then he did stay dead for a little bit, though.
He stayed dead for, what, a year?
I thought it was 3 years.
Was it that long?
It was a while.
I don't know. We got the first issue upstairs for, $4 somehow.
And this is where we need the stat man. Yeah, this is where Aunt Valenti comes through. He's probably at home playing with his cute little dog and his wife, doing nothing. Sitting on the couch right now in his socks, laughing when he hears this.
True.
Cowboys suck. We've also got a Game of Thrones Clash of Kings number 6.
Okay, fine.
From Image Comics, we've got Gideon Falls 24, Low 24, Decorum number 4, Die number 12, Savage Dragon number 251. That's a book I'm interested in reading. I remember the cartoon on USA.
Savage Dragon?
Yeah.
I'm interested in Red Mother.
Red Mother.
I think that's the name of it. It's apparently it's horror comic
out right now. Is that the prequel to Blue Sun?
I didn't read Blue Sun.
I just made that up. I just put a color in front of it.
That's fucking. That's awful. And you know what the worst is? These jokes suck because there's no one else here, so you're just laughing to yourself.
I know, but I like to think the people at home know what they've signed up for and are
by now. They definitely do by now. We're at 169 subscribers on podcast.
There we go. Thank you, everyone. We've also got the Ludocrats number 4, A Man Among Ye number 2. From IDW, we've got the Transformers 22, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Urban Legends 26, Transformers vs. Terminator number 3, Star Wars Adventures, The Clone Wars, Battle Tales number 4. That's an absurdly long title.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe number 7, Transformers 84, Secrets and Lies number 2, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Too Long a Sacrifice number 2, Voyage to the Stars number 1, and from Marvel, The House of Ideas, we've got Avengers number 35, Thor number 6, Wolverine number 4, Excalibur number 11, Captain America number 22, Captain Marvel number 20, Cable number 3, Empire, X-Men, number 4, Valkyrie, Jane Foster, number 10, Star Wars Bounty Hunters, number 4, Spider-Woman, number 3, Lords of Empire, Swordsman, number 1, Star, number 4, Maestro number 1, Ant-Man number 5, Conan, Battle for the Serpent Crown number 4, Spider-Man number 1, Facsimile Edition. From Dark Horse, we have nothing. From Boom Studios, we got Once and Future number 10, Firefly number 19, which, did you watch that show?
No.
I highly recommend it. It's only one season. The movie's really good, but you get very invested in the characters. If you never watched
I tried watching Chernobyl this morning.
What? Oh, Chernobyl?
Chernobyl.
Oh, yeah.
I watched
I heard
5
that's
minutes
rough.
of it, and I was like,
I heard that gets real intense.
When I turned it off.
We've got Faithless number 2, Faithless 2 number 3.
Weird.
Right? Yeah, that was awkward. And Power Rangers Draken New Dawn number 1.
And I gotta say, man, I'm reading Joker War by Batman, and it's not that great. Like,
who writes that?
I don't know off the top of my head now, but I don't know. I was so hyped up for that, and it's just not. It's not doing it for me right now.
Yeah.
Assuming it's only going to be 6 issues long, they better pull some.
What issues on it? Is it on
This
now?
is the third one. The third one's coming out.
It should have picked up by. Usually, I find if a book's not up to speed by the second issue, there should be something that draws you in the first issue that gives you a little bit of hope to get through it. And then issue 2, the story should pick up. By issue 3, you should be locked in.
Yeah, like they do. I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, like I remember more of issue 1 than I do issue 2, and I read issue 2 2 days ago. So it's just not. I'm pretty disappointed in it, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know 3 Jokers comes out next week. I have that on pre-order, which I'm really excited for. But anyway, moving on to our Who Asked for This segment of the day is none other than Radioactive Sperm.
Of course, because why wouldn't it be up here? So,
Sperm.
I remember when this came out, Spider-Man kills Mary Jane with his radioactive sperm because Spider-Man is well known to be in the comics. They even said in the 90s show, the opening says radioactive Spider-Man. He's radioactive. He always has been. So while it does make sense that would have an adverse effect on Mary Jane's health, it is weird that they chose sperm specifically as opposed to just being around a radioactive human being.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's stupid. I don't understand why they did it. But it actually led into us before talking about stupid shit and talking about how we should read our own comic book. And my idea, which I'll repeat to everybody because it's lost on issue 12, that's somewhere floating in the galaxy, is my idea for a comic is none other than a man that's walking on the street that gets crushed by a piano, at which his radioactive sperm spews all over the city and radioactifies everybody.
Radioactivize. Okay.
I don't know if I made that word up.
I'm not sure. You definitely did.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
not sure where to start with this. Why did a piano fall on him? B, why was his sperm already radioactive? And C, how much sperm did he have that it's able to get to that many people? How does it just...
Okay, so you go on rants all the time about how great Spider-Man is. How he's a superhero. Let me finish. How he's a superhero. He's so strong and all this stuff. So the person getting crushed by the piano is none other than Peter Parker. It is the new Death of Peter Parker storyline.
But the spider sense.
Because the spider sense has been deactivated.
By what?
A radioactive spider desensitizing.
What? Who has the time to make that? Who's Norman Osborn sitting there? I've got to make a radioactive. Actually, he did make something that did turn off his spider sense once. All right, fine. Fuck it. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one.
There you go. So that's what happens. And then it falls on him. He explodes. And his spider sperm that's radioactive goes all over the city.
Does the sperm have 8 legs instead of 1 tail?
No, it has 1 tail and 8 legs.
What?
I don't know. I just did the opposite. Of what you said. So I'm just trying to be the new #1 dumbest comic book moment writer.
Well,
and I think I'm matching it pretty well.
Can we talk about the #3 dumbest comic book moment here?
No.
No?
No, I don't have it open.
I'm the goddamn Batman.
He is the goddamn Batman. He is the goddamn Batman.
And
the fuck you talking? He's the goddamn
Shark on the top10s.com. I feel so bad for Dick Grayson in this storyline. And Batman, well, isn't Batman. He physically abuses Dick and treats him like a third-class person, even criticizing Alfred for being nice to the boy. And also, he addresses himself as the goddamn Batman, which itself has become a meme. That is true. And worst of all, the storyline in which this happens, All-Star Batman and Robin, is written by Frank Miller, who wrote The Dark Knight Returns, a.k.a. the best Batman story ever made.
I'm the goddamn Batman, bitch.
Oh, I thought you were like, I'm the goddamn Cameron. That's how you should start.
I'm the goddamn Cameron. Doesn't matter. What's number 2? Spider-Man, bitch.
What was number 1?
Sperm.
Hold on. What the fuck was that noise?
What?
The bing. What the hell was that?
That was a spider sperm.
It makes a noise?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Whatever.
I'm not going to come on the fact that I'm surprised you didn't bring up that Spider-Man also has the number 1 spot for dumbest comic book moments, and I heavily agree with that one.
He's just dumb.
Yeah, the number 1 thing was really dumb, where he basically made a deal with the devil to erase his marriage.
'Cause I don't think that's that dumb. I think that's actually kind of like a storyline that
It
could...
was really dumb.
Yeah,
At the time,
but the
it was really
storyline
dumb.
could be logical and make sense.
Yes.
Spider sperm.
It was
Radioactive spider sperm.
Joe Quesada, who was the editor of Marvel at the time, just hated the fact that Spider-Man was married because he felt like he aged the character. So despite the fact that the entire time I've been reading comic books, Spider-Man has been married, he was like, fuck it, I'm changing it, but we can't have Spider-Man get a divorce, so I need to just erase the marriage. So he's going to make a deal with the devil.
It's like a Flashpoint moment.
Yeah, but worse.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I don't know.
It was just really poorly done.
Whatever.
But
anyway, moving on. Matt, tell us, what's hot off the press, courtesy of the Planet Bugle this week?
Well, coming to us from CBR.com, we've got DC Entertainment's been hit hard by Warner Media layoffs. So apparently the layoffs implemented by Warner Media has the comic company streamlining its business units. So yeah, that's apparently CBR confirmed that the layoffs are real, although DC is not commenting on the specific names or executives impacted by those events. That's obviously not good for a lot of reasons. Mm-hmm. I don't think this will really affect the movies.
It should.
Or TV shows. I feel like this is going to be more comic book related, but that's obviously tough to say because I don't have an insider scoop on the opinion there.
See, I would kind of feel the opposite. I would kind of feel like this would be more of a movie issue because the movies, let's be honest, the DC movies have not been good recently.
Sorry, I should specify. I was talking about the cartoon movies.
That's a bad decision too.
Really good. Their cartoon movies have been so good. I would really hope it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I know that. I mean, they've kind of been, I guess, working their way back out of the loop. I mean, I know Wonder Woman was really good. Aquaman, it was okay. I mean, it was a fun action flick. It was good. Birds of Prey, I haven't seen it yet. I heard it's really good. I was going to watch it this morning.
Oh, I actually did. I forgot I watched it. It was actually pretty good.
So
actually, Ewan McGregor does a great job.
Their movies are coming up well, but unfortunately, it's like the characters that you don't really primarily focus on that are doing well. Shazam, too. I forgot about that. That movie was,
I never finished it.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't the best, obviously, but it scored really well, and people liked it because it's weird. I just feel like, to me, here's the issue, is that DC it's darker. It's darker than Marvel. We've said that before. I've said that countless of times before. Their characters are genuinely darker, especially if you consider Batman being one of the main focal points. So when they have movies like Aquaman and Shazam, they were definitely more, I would say, on the Marvel level. Like the way that they were done, like the color palette, it was bright. It wasn't really dark. You know what I mean? Like, like it was very bright. It was kind of what Marvel did, and it was interesting to see that the movies that they did that were brighter, kind of on the Marvel scale, did really well. Next to movies that were more kind of DC focused, like Justice League and Batman vs Superman, they weren't that great at all.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm hoping, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but I'm hoping the layoffs are on the live action stuff because that just needs that hard reboot that we constantly said.
With that. They need people who really kind of know what they're doing in there. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine. And like the animated stuff really doesn't need that. I mean, they have a Deathstroke movie coming out soon. They have the Batman.
Deathstroke's badass.
He is. They have the Batman Death in the Family coming out, which I'm still skeptical about. We'll probably have to put a Hero Cinema on that. But I don't see why the Warner Media layoffs would affect their comics because
they're owned overall by maybe I just don't have full understanding of their organizational structure, but the way I interpreted that was that it's going to be more comic book related. Like DC Entertainment is more, but if it's a movie realm, then that's
which is weird because we've said it multiple times that we do feel safely right now, like I say, that DC is doing the better job with the comics than Marvel.
Yeah, which like I've been reading Empire and it's like it's okay. It's not really the epic event I expected. I'm not reading all the time.
It's not like Secret War.
But, like, Secret War was the best thing Marvel's done in a very long time.
Yeah. I'm saying it wasn't like that.
Oh, it wasn't like that. No, it's not at all. I wish it was. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We wish everyone the best of luck that it affects or not. So
very much. Next, we have the DC fandom schedule. So this is definitely going to be pretty interesting. I was actually just talking to a friend of the show, Kyle Giyu, about this, who I think we're going to have him on once we do the
Ultimates,
yes, review.
The thing, real fast, before we get in, this is weird to me, this schedule, because, again, this is a 24-hour event, but their schedule really only goes from 10 a.m. to, what did we say the last one was? 8:15. So what's happening the other...
Maybe they just replay other stuff. I
really don't advertise it's a 24-hour event.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you need... How do you sign into this? Like, you need, like, a password and stuff, right? Like,
for the event?
Yeah.
Probably. It's August 22nd, right? Yes, August 22nd. So, I don't know. We'll figure out a way to get in. Maybe we can live stream it somehow. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But the schedule's pretty interesting. Starts off with Wonder Woman 1984. Moves on. That's at 10 a.m. So at 10 a.m., this is weird. Why do you have Wonder Woman 1984 at 10 a.m. and you have The Flash at 10 a.m.?
Well, the Flash thing I think is going to be pretty quick, and that's the TV show version, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So my real question is, do you think Wonder Woman 1984 is going to suck?
I think they have a huge question they have to answer, and they better make sure it makes sense.
Is it about Steve Trevor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm also like, how the hell? Because apparently he's actually alive. Like, it's not like an illusion. I'm also really curious how the fuck Cheetah's going to be involved and not be completely ridiculous. Like, that's one of the characters that I can't think of a single way that you can make her happen and not be absurd.
See, here's the thing. We've talked about this before, where I personally, I think you kind of feel the same way, similar. I have gripes when they don't cast characters the right way and go by their look in the comics.
It depends on the situation, but yeah, for the most part, I agree.
You know, like, again, I say all the time, Margot Robbie, you do a great job as Harley Quinn. I respect you in doing it, classic, but that look is stupid. You know, like it doesn't matter. Like it's a dumb look. And the only way you can really do that, like, she's probably going to end up looking something similar to what they do with Beast on in X-Men.
Yeah, and Beast looks dumb. We've discussed this before, where it's like every time Beast especially, I think Beast is the worst offender with this because they can't really figure out how to make him not look ridiculous. Whenever he's running on all fours or like leaping at something, it looks super fake. Like,
what else do you do with a character like that?
I don't know, but I'm like, something different. Like, I'm like, there's got to be, because like one of the things I appreciated about the first Iron Man movie was that when he's learning how to fly, instead of putting the whatever cables that, you know, allow them to suspend him, instead of being attached like his shoulders on a harness, he was attached by his hands and feet, so he had to use them actively to balance. So it makes it look a lot more realistic and natural.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
But so when you're looking at like Beast and he's like, "Oh, I'm jumping at you. Here I am. I'm leaping." Like, it's just really fucking.
Unfortunately, we're probably a long ways away till we get like furry characters that, like, here's my concern. The movie Cats was apparently the worst movie, one of the worst movies ever made. And the way they
I don't know why they thought that was going to work.
I don't know.
Like,
but the way they made those cats look, I'm afraid that's what they're going to make Cheetah look like. Because how do you make that character? What are you going to put her in a fucking regular like jumpsuit?
I don't see how. I don't love the first Wonder Woman movie. I think it's good, but like it gets a lot. I think it's almost over heralded, but I appreciate it. I get it.
I understand why it gets. Yeah, I get
that. Honestly, I feel the same way about Black Panther. I'm like, this is a good movie, but it's like both movies are more important culturally than they are like actual comic book movies. So like, but I appreciate what they're there for, and like I like them. I just think they're a little bit over heralded. But what I will say here is I don't see how, even if Wonder Woman's knocking out of the park in every other area, I don't see a situation where it doesn't fall flat as soon as Kristen Wiig is an actual fucking cheetah person.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how they do it, and I really hope they pull it off well. They probably could have gotten away with doing another villain, but who
else does she really have?
I mean, Cheetah is her the most
Cheetah's her like
one.
nemesis, but that's the other thing with Wonder Woman too. It's like her comic books have never, to the best of my knowledge, have never really been amazing.
No,
like
I just picked up Wonder Woman Earth 1. I think it's upstairs. It's supposed to be really, really good. But actually, remind me about this.
Gail Simone?
It was from their last. It was from the Rebirth. I don't know who it is. I haven't read it yet. Remind me about this Wonder Woman thing because it touches. I actually touches based on what I had said about a later topic that we're going to talk about. So remind me about that. You have the Pennyworth panel, which I know you said you were out on that show.
Yeah,
I'm still interested about that show. I mean, I think the concept could be cool.
I just don't fucking care.
I get it.
Why would I care about Alfred?
Fuck you.
No, but
why do you care about Uncle Ben?
I don't.
Bullshit.
I don't want to read an Uncle Ben. If there was a show just called Uncle Ben and it was like Peter Parker,
you care about Aunt May. You care about Aunt May
because she's hot now.
But that doesn't count. But that's bullshit. That's like stereotypical. You're stereotypical.
If she had her own show with starring Marissa Tomei, I still wouldn't watch it.
That's
because
bullshit.
I don't give a shit. No,
if you found out that Aunt May was like an undercover secret agent badass.
No, that would piss me off. That would piss me off to absolutely no end. That's so unnecessary for her character.
But it would be entertaining. And you'd probably watch it.
I would not watch it.
Okay.
I guarantee you I would not watch it. Unless Spider-Man was making regular guest appearances, I would not watch that show.
He wouldn't be alive.
But that's what I'm saying. So why the fuck would I watch a show? But it's like watching Krypton. Like everyone's like, oh, it's actually a pretty good show. I'm like, I don't give a shit about a planet full of people that have the potential to be Superman but aren't Superman. Like, why would I? The whole draw of watching Superman is that the dude is bulletproof and can fly. I don't want to just watch a show about, hey, our planet might explode in 50 years, but in the meantime, do you want to ride this weird dragon-like creature with me? Like, I don't want to watch that shit.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
fine. But it still looks like a cool show, so I will watch it. Eventually. Then we have the Hall of Heroes at noon. You have the Suicide Squad panel, which this movie...
I mean, having James Gunn behind it, which I think is actually coming up in another segment in a little bit.
It is.
Having James Gunn behind it definitely piques my interest because I think he's obviously proven that he knows what he's doing when it comes to zany team-up movies about characters that otherwise we wouldn't give a shit about.
But if you're James Gunn, right, and you've done really well with how you how you portrayed Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Wouldn't you look at DC and be like, look, I'll do this, but we need to make these characters look more like...
But I think that's exactly what he's probably going to do.
You think Harley Quinn's going to come out looking different? Bullshit.
Oh, sorry. I get what you're saying now. I misunderstood. I thought you were saying, like,
no,
he's going to change their imagery.
Like the way they actually look.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Exactly. I think what DC did with Suicide Squad and especially Harley Quinn, they kind of dug themselves in a rut because we've talked about this before on previous issues. If you bring back the Joker, if he doesn't look as dumb as he did, no offense, Jared Leto, as dumb as he did.
Not Jared Leto's fault. I think Jared Leto's a great actor. That movie.
But if he looks as dumb as he did in the original Suicide Squad, that you're fucked. Yeah. Like you need to make the Joker look like he should look.
He should look,
Then it's gonna
but creepy at the same
But then it's
time.
not gonna look right. If Harley Quinn's all tatted up, looking like freaking, she came right out of freaking.
He's probably not gonna show up in this movie.
No, but she is.
She's definitely going to. I don't think Joker shows up, though. Now they're going with the whole Joker and Harley broke up and Harley's her own woman thing. That was a big part of the theme of Birds of Prey.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she'll like dip herself in some bleach and, my tattoos went away.
I mean, she literally does it in Birds of Prey.
What?
So actually, maybe that was a flashback. I gotta watch the movie again.
She jumps
into the acid.
Yeah. And then it wipes her skin. She becomes like white. She looks like that's that isn't is that in her? Yeah, it's in Hero Cinema. Anyway, so we'll see. That should be interesting. Moving on, the big topic is probably at 1:30, which is the Chris Daughtry performance.
Yeah, that's gonna be huge. I mean, this is the guy who's just been phenomenal since he first appeared on whatever fucking random show.
America's Got Talent or America's something or other.
It's his appearance is actually also gonna feature an exclusive full band performance of his new song "World on Fire." Which is something that I very much give a shit about.
And delivers solo acoustic performance of Waiting for Superman.
Of course. Inspired by the Man of Steel himself. Yeah.
I mean, I think that DC's doing a really good job with the Daughtry comics. I think his power axe guitar is really cool.
Yeah, that's definitely it's a very unique power. It's something that's tough to counter against.
Yeah, his vocal cord screaming abilities are really cool. Like blow people's heads off.
I like Black Canary.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see where they go with that. I know they mentioned that there might be a crossover between him and Sperm Spider, and I don't know. We'll see. We hopefully that comes out sooner. Hopefully that comes out sooner than later. Then you have
it's a Sperm Spider.
You have the Lois and Lane Superman and Lois coming out, which again it's a CW show, man.
Which
That
like
CW has
I
that.
actually love the casting. I just don't know if I want to watch a show about just the two of them.
It's like the old one.
Superman on a TV, Superman's so overpowered that I'm just like, for me to be invested in a TV show, I need bigger stakes. Like, it can't be like the 90s show with Dean Cain, where like he just gets his ass kicked by random robots and stuff. I'm like, I need real threats. Yeah,
I mean, it should be. Then you have the Justice League, the Snyder cut, which is interesting.
It is.
You talk about this for a second. I got to make sure the computer's still recording.
No worries. While Cam's gone, I'll regale you with tales about how I don't think Zack Snyder is that great of a director. I think he's had a few hits. I think he does very well with his action scenes. But as far as story-wise, as far as storytelling, I'm not the biggest fan of him.
Bottom line is this isn't necessary.
Yeah, it's wildly unnecessary.
It's a waste of money.
I think it's going to come across as very disappointing to people. I think people are hyping this up, and it's going to come out, and they're going to realize that it's not that much different than the Whedon Snyder cut.
Yeah,
and that's what we're going to see. It's really they're actually doing a lot of this, I think, from the benefit of hindsight. Like, well, what did we fuck up with the Justice League movie? Here's an extra $100 million. Redo it. See if people like it now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's smart because they're doing it in parts, like a kind of like a mini series.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. I think they wasted a lot of money, shot themselves in the foot. They should look if he wanted to do something again, give him another movie, give him another chance at it.
Yeah,
let him do Justice League too. You know it's gonna happen.
But also, like, he's already Man of Steel was decent. Right? Like it was.
Yeah, the best thing that they can do. I'm gonna tell you, DC right now, what the best thing you can do is you can make sure that Flashpoint happens. And follow the comic.
Yeah.
That follow the animated series. Have Flashpoint happen. Let everything restart. Yeah. I mean, it sucks because you already kind of did it with they all met already, but like Justice League.
But you can restart. You can. The beauty of Flashpoint is that this is why Speed Force was a shenanigans engine very early on. The reason it works is because like you can rewrite everything. So like, oh well, they know each other, but the time's different. They kind of did it already with the
like Justice
the TV
League
show
War
crossover.
Justice League War is really good. And like
so
follow
good.
that storyline.
That's all they had to do. That's all they had to do. And they would have had a.
Like, you don't really go into details of who everybody is. You're not getting this backstory of Green Lantern. You're not really getting a backstory of Flash. Yep. They just don't know each other. Green Lantern.
Like, I've got powers, you've got powers. This guy's strong. We need to fight him.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was great. They should really need to capitalize on that. But no, in all seriousness, I think one of the big things, too, which this is interesting, which I just caught this now. So they have a 5 p.m. They have a Suicide Squad kills the Justice League game reveal, right? Yeah. That's at 5.
I'm pretty pumped for that.
Then at 5:30, you have the Batman panel. So you're going to tell me they're only giving this game 30 minutes to show off. I don't know. I didn't realize
they probably don't have that much of the game.
I think it's almost done.
But also, just because something starts at 5:30 doesn't necessarily mean this other one ends at 5:30.
I think it does. It's the same. It's in the same.
Oh yeah, they're both on Hall of Heroes. That's a good point. Okay,
that's the reason I said it. That's the reason I said it.
Because I was gonna say Lucifer is going on at 5 too, so I'm like they might be, but no, I think you're right actually about that.
So that'll be interesting. I don't really I really hope they show gameplay. I need to see gameplay. I don't want to see just cinematic trailer. Show me gameplay. Show me what it is. We talked about it on ABG. You can go check out that episode. And yeah, so that'll be interesting to see what they do with that. The Batman panel, again, who knows what the fuck they're even going to show? Who knows how much that movie's even filmed? I am interested to see though, are they going to make this Batman film its own universe, or is it going to be involved still in the universe that has like the Birds of Prey and the Aquaman? Because it's going to be real weird.
Yeah, who knows? Because I don't know.
They probably should have put this on a whiteboard and drew it all out.
I mean, honestly, that would have made way too much sense. It's probably exactly why they didn't do it.
Yeah, and then we have the other big reveal is the Ziggy Marley live performance. That comic book series is doing wonders as well.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants to see a little Ziggy Marley.
So 6:45 real fast. I want to touch base on this. You have the DC Stargirl panel, right? Stargirl just ended a couple episodes again. Apparently, it ended really well. I think the problem I have with I don't know. It's a CW show, man. Again, I can't really say it.
CW is tough.
Excuse me. Her outfit is again a little weird for being a 16-year-old running around like skimpy ass like crop top shirt. probably could have given her a little more clothes. I don't really understand the point of that. And then the Harley Quinn panel at 8:15, which again, if you haven't seen that show, it's awesome. I highly recommend everybody going and watching it. They will probably announce season 3. I don't see why they.
No reason not to.
No, and obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if they said, "Hey, season 3 comes out in October," because season 2 came out super, super fast. So, but we'll see. Like I said, well, hopefully we can have some sort of live stream, or we can touch base on it the next day, or whatever we decide to do. You can find it here at Why Am I a Nerd? So, okay.
What's next? We got James Gunn's X-Men roster,
Which is weird.
Yeah, it's very weird because it's headlined by Dupe, who's known from the Ecstatics, who has a very diverse power base. I'm actually not sure what Phantom X can do. I feel like I know that name, but I can't remember his powers exactly. I feel like he might be part of Weapon X. Maybe?
Phantom X?
I'm sorry, Weapon X. Phantom X might be part of Weapon X. I said that backwards.
Wait, who are you talking about? Who is he bringing in? He's bringing in Weapon X?
Sorry.
Who's his squad?
So, filmmaker James Gunn recently revealed the 5 mutants he'd want on his ideal X-Men team roster. This comes to us from CBR.com. His selections came in response to the hashtag My5Xmen that comic artist Gail Simone launched recently, asking fans to pick their 5 favorite choices for an X-Men team. So, does Dupe count? Gunn wrote on Twitter. Because if so, it's Dupe, Phantom X, Kitty Pryde, Storm, and Wolverine. The filmmaker was also careful to stress the importance of Dupe's place on the team to him, adding, if Dupe doesn't count, I'm not sure I want to play this game.
I mean, I'm looking at the every X-Men character ever. I don't even see Phantom X.
Yeah, I'm just gonna Google him.
I don't even see who
I'm
he
looking
is.
up Dupe first.
I have him right
Dupe
here.
is an amorphous blob. His powers are flight. He has an accelerated healing factor, superhuman strength and durability, physical malleability, the ability to replicate physical objects, extra-dimensional void within body that can store objects and people. So I'm like, the fuck? Like, was he like just born like that?
I don't know.
He's got his own Dupe speak, his own way to talk. I mean, if anyone can do it right, I'm going to give it to James Gunn on that.
So we actually discussed this last time. We could actually probably go through it relevantly quickly, I guess. Like we said to ourselves, what would our team be? And the team that we actually built was...
Oh, I'm sorry. Before you go, I did find Phantom X.
Who is he?
So he's escaped experiment from the Weapon Plus program. His powers are hypnotic illusions, enhanced reflexes and healing factor, skilled marksman, acrobat, and hand-to-hand combatant. He's got a cybernetic mind and an external nervous system manifested as a techno-organic flying ship.
Phantom X Marvel. Let me see what he looks like. Okay.
He looks pretty cool.
He actually looks pretty cool.
I don't understand how your nervous system is manifested as a techno-organic flying ship.
Kind of looks like, I don't know, like if you gave Moon Knight and Deadpool,
maybe a little bit of Punisher.
Yeah, together, that's kind of what he looks like. I mean, cool. But the team we built, which we had said last show, was Wolverine.
Yep.
Cyclops.
Correct.
Jean Grey, because it makes a love triangle.
You got to have the triangle. I think we had
Beast.
And
we had...
Storm was the last one?
Was it Storm? I thought we said either Rogue or Jubilee.
Oh, you're right. We did say Rogue or Jubilee. Yeah, which I think we said Jubilee because you want that, like, connection where Wolverine's kind of looking out for. I think we had Colossus was our
as a wild card. As a wild card, we had Nightcrawler, Colossus, Storm, and my boy Gambit.
Yeah, the Gambit doesn't really.
Yeah, but he's just kind of.
He really doesn't do any. What's anything Gambit's ever done?
Nothing. He's just a character. He's like a filler character. Like again, and that's actually touches base.
Right now, cool things Gambit has done. But sorry,
it actually touches base on a topic that we've said before. Is like, there's just too many fucking characters.
Yeah, the X-Men have. Well, that's the unique thing about X-Men is that it just gives them the excuse to be like, boom, here's a character. We don't need a backstory. We don't need to know how their powers got created. They're just a mutant.
Yeah, but whatever. So we're gonna move on.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking.
Do your thing. This was actually a funny article that we found from Comics Alliance, which was great comic books that never happened. Annual #1, the official handbook. And I'm assuming that after we found this, after I really read through it, which I don't know. I don't really understand this. We got to look more into this, but the article states, for the past 7 months, writers Chris Sims and artist Rusty Shackles, which obviously we don't know if that's real or not, have been putting their imaginations to good use in order to bring you the best comic book stories that never were. Now, with 13 issues under their belts, it's time for the very first Great Comics That Never Happened annual. Yeah, I don't really know if this is real or not. I'm still trying to figure it out, but how do you want to handle this? You just want to go with number 1, which was the Justice League meets the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, which obviously that's a must read. It's a must.
I don't even know how that came to be. The Wedding of Black Cat and Mary Jane, which I get it in a sense of why they're doing it now. Batman and Lil Preacher, which
is the Garth Ennis character teamed up with Batman as I think he's 10. Yeah, he's 10.
They're going by. Oh, I didn't realize what they were doing.
Oh, you just got it?
Yeah. Well, I would not read that.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. And then there's the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, 1988, which is headlined by the chick from Weird Science, another guy who I don't recognize in this drawing, the Doctor from Back to the Future, Mr. T, and Patrick Swayze in Big Trouble in Little China.
Is that Patrick Swayze or is that Kurt Russell?
Oh, it might be Kurt Russell. Hold on, wait. Let me look this up. I actually legitimately always get the two of them confused.
Another one that we found really comical was Aliens versus Predator versus
Kurt Russell.
Ted Nugent.
Yeah, yeah. Because what the fuck?
I don't know.
That's a borderline who asked for this.
It is definitely a who asked for this.
Yeah,
I mean,
like nobody was.
I mean, what you can do, like rock the guitar, like and just fucking blow up aliens, something like that. I don't really know what they.
They have a Predator shirt that's actually really cool now. Where it's like,
do they?
There's two. There's one is the Predator, and he's in that weird like thermal vision, and the other's the same thing but with Arnold. I'm like,
That's
it's actually
cool.
a pretty dope.
That's
shirt.
a good shirt. Superman versus the Flash versus the Dukes of Hazzard. Wouldn't read that.
How is that? What are the Dukes of Hazzard going to even do in that?
Ride their freaking red Mustang or fuck
Yeah, but like, what are they going to like? Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm just going to read. Hold on, I'm going to do it in the voice too. When Boss Hogg sets up a phony charity designed to funnel contributions from well-meaning citizens into his own pockets, Superman and the Flash are roped into holding a charity race across Hazard County without superpowers.
Wait, how they don't have superpowers?
But when Bo and Luke Duke, a couple of good old boys who never mean to harm no crash the race.
What?
A couple of good old
What are you trying to read?
A couple of good old boys who never mean no harm crash the race. Can the two fastest men alive outrun a souped up Dodge Charger before it hits the county line? Find out in this exciting issue. Also featured, Lois Lane discovers a house.
Hazard County.
Also featured, Lois Lane discovers a Hazard County fashion statement sure to catch Clark Kent's eye, and a 2-page backup story with Jimmy Olsen and Kid Flash meet Coy and Vance.
So pretty much Lois Lane's gonna be a hooker.
That was the toughest thing I've ever had to read in my entire life. I was like, fuck, I already committed.
Maybe I would read that. Maybe I would read that. I mean, how about dial H for Hova? Which I don't even get what this is. Is this
H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy? That's Hova is Jay-Z's nickname.
Definitely not reading that.
But yeah, this is actually the reprinting of this. Comics Alliance did a great job with this. Reprinted at last. Robbie Reed is back like Jordan wearing the 4-5. Jay-Z reference.
Yeah, don't
When
know.
Robbie Reed sees villainy in action, he dials HERO on his fantastic H-dial to become the boy of 1001 changes. Excuse me. But when he's confronted with the haters, dirt on his shoulder, and the devious scourge of autotune, all three Jay-Z references, he dials H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy, also a Jay-Z reference.
For shizzle my nizzle, I'm gonna take you down to VA.
There you go.
Is that right?
I think that was actually.
Was it?
I think that. I'd have to look it up.
What's up?
We have to do. If we ever do a music podcast, that's what, well, I just did a whole country, thing. To transform into the legendary Jay-Z, it's a big pimpin', Jay-Z reference, action as you Wait, action as you like it, as we allow Robbie to reintroduce himself, Jay-Z reference, in this dynamic collection of DC classics.
Why did he reintroduce himself? Did he have to?
No, it's just the way he opens one of the songs. He's like, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hove. H to the O-V. I used to move snowflakes by the O-Z. So I guess even back then you could call me CEO of the R-O-C. Yeah, so that's... Damn, I want to listen to that. That's like fucking miss I heard that song.
So, and then the last one is Hannah Satana, but Miley Cyrus, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're not getting my attention.
Yeah.
Which they are making they're making a Satana movie.
Yeah, I think they are.
Which
but
is
we're
weird.
I'm gonna call this out because Ant the Statman, the Italian, is not here, but he asked me to read this last time in episode 12, and we're on 12 and a half. Now that Stephanie Meyer, Robert Pattinson, and even Justin Bieber have had their lives detailed in the world of comics, it's time for the real icons to get their due. Starting with the greatest hard rock frontman of all time, Diamond David Lee Roth. It's a hummula boobula, zaboobula boobula, hummula bebula, zebula bopography that's so hot you'll be crazy from the heat.
I don't know why David Lee Roth's in this comic book.
I don't know what the fuck that sentence means.
Yo, imagine David Lee Roth. Oh, I got it. David Lee Roth and Billy Ray Cyrus meet in the fucking Western, and they have to fight Sperm Spider.
For the right to have Lee as their middle name?
What?
Because they both have Lee. Is that not where you were...
I just thought it would be cool.
Oh. I thought because they both had 3 names with Lee as a right? No, it's Ray.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
All right, never mind.
And David Lee Roth.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, actually. It doesn't make... What I just said, erase that, scratch that from the books, strike it from the record.
But they're going to be badass, like vigilantes, just killing sperm spiders.
And you think they can take all that?
Sperm spiders.
Web fluid?
Yep. Super weird. Anyway.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to move on to 5 comic book characters that we think need a reboot. And I said it. I own it. I am a firm believer that Batman needs a reboot.
Yeah, where he's just doing too much. Like it should just be like I almost want to say they shouldn't have a main Batman comic and just have like him featured in other comic books, and then like a year later you like reveal what Batman's actually been working on the whole time that had him teamed up with other people. Someone elephant farted.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I mean, it just sucks because like he's my favorite character, obviously, but when you have so much going on at once, like right now you have Death Metal, you have Batman, you have Batman in the Grave, you have some, Black Label stuff that's showing up. It's just too much, man. It's just slow down, go back to solving crimes, go back to being a detective. Like it's gonna touch base on another one of my reboot ideas, but he does need a hard reboot. And like I said, I love Long Halloween. I love even Batman Europa. If you haven't read that, it's an awesome, underrated story about pretty much Batman and Joker, and they get drugs and they have to find the cure. But they really, I feel.
Isn't that Arkham City?
Is it? Is it from Arkham City the game? Hey, quiet down there. You want to be in the show? Hey, you want to be in the show? You want to be in the show? Oh, damn. That's on.
She got you back real quick on that.
We have the host of
Would you like to be featured?
We have the host of the sex podcast here. Her boobies are out.
Okay, that's a fitting intro for the upcoming 2 Girls 1 Pod.
Yeah.
Female-led sex podcast that's going to be coming to you guys in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, Steph's a really good friend of mine. If anybody out there wants to touch base with her, feel free to give her a call.
If you got questions, suggestions, anything.
I'm not the other half that she's talking about on the shows at all. So yeah.
Yeah, no, we have a special featured I think guest. Right? I believe they're still working out the details, so I don't want to announce it just yet.
Yeah,
that's coming to you hopefully
live
very
from
soon.
The cave.
Live from the cave.
So who's your reboot?
My reboot. I do love it. You remember that show, Reboot?
No.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. It was like this guy like lives in a video game. He's got like this glitch thing. So like if there's a glitch in a game, it gave him the advantage.
Really?
But
I remember that.
It was a really cool idea for a show. But that's another story.
Fair.
It got like badass like the last season because they had to like go into the future. Like it was
really
fucking sick. Yeah.
Huh.
The last season of it I remember being really good. Who did I have for this? I think Daredevil was one of mine.
You had Spider-Man.
I did have Spider-Man because Spider-Man also... Oh, you know why I had Spider-Man? Because there's too fucking many. You got Peter Parker, Miles Morales, Kane. I think Ben Reilly's back. Miguel O'Hara's somewhere around. Gwen has spider powers. There's Silk. There's still the other Spider-Woman. There's too much going on. The Spider-Ham.
Sperm Spider.
Sperm Spider, I think, might be happening soon. Oh, my God. You okay?
She's fine.
All right.
She's fine.
She's fine. Yeah, so things are happening. Events are transpiring. There's too much spider action right now.
I agree. Yeah.
So I think it's the same as Batman. He needs to just chill. Like, we know there's a reason. He's a very popular character. Obviously, I love him. You know, the same way you love Batman. Which I'm gonna challenge you. You should get a Batman tattoo.
I want to.
What are you gonna get? What's it gonna say?
Full sleeve.
Oh, you're gonna do a full sleeve, dude.
No, my original plan was to get a partial sleeve. I wanted to get my forearm done.
Yeah.
My whole forearm.
My next tattoo's gonna be right here. But like, I love my with great power comes great responsibility. I don't know if anyone can even see that, but that's,
I'm just gonna get goddamn Batman on my forearm.
Because I said, Batman doesn't quite have a quote like that. I feel like that sticks with them. Like, it's because criminals are a cowardly and superstitious lot, and you get the bat signal over here. Like, what do you like?
No, I would do forearm. I don't like the inside. But if I did, I would always do my forearm. Another character that I think definitely needs a reboot was. I do think Wonder Woman needs a reboot, but I think she needs a reboot in a different way. Because in Bloodlines, the animated, at one point, Medusa shows up and she ends up fighting Wonder Woman. And I just feel like Wonder Woman would be a really cool character if they kind of capitalize on like what she actually looks like, of like a warrior princess and kind of like a Viking almost thing, like mythological maybe. Like it would be really cool if they kind of rebooted that. It's almost like a Game of Thrones style
I can see
concept.
That would make sense. I would like Wonder Woman before the modern age.
Yes. I think that would be really, really cool.
I'd be about that.
I would recommend putting it on the Black Label. Again, I just like the Black Label of DC because it like lets the guard down.
Yeah, it just commits.
It's like aggressive too. Like we did. What did we read 2 weeks ago? Joker. The Laugh. The Joker. The Laugh.
Oh, the last laugh. He who laughs.
Whatever.
Something. Yeah.
And it was fucked up. And Batman wasn't barely, and he shows up at the end. But I feel like if they execute that with like Wonder Woman, and even do like a 12 issues. Do 12 like a little small arc, but I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I agree.
So that was one of my options. So what's your next one?
Green Lantern is another one that just needs to get his shit ironed out. There's like, I think there's 5 or 6 Green Lanterns from Earth right now, which I'm like, yes, I get it. It makes sense to me.
Is everybody worthy then?
What?
Like everyone's worthy?
Everyone's just got crazy willpower, apparently.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me to have at least 2 Green Lanterns from Earth, because Earth appears to be a hot spot in the DC universe. Obviously, it's the main point of Sector 2814. So I'm like, okay, makes sense to have one guy looking after the whole sector, another guy on Earth for when shit goes down.
Who should be doing what?
I personally think it should stick to Hal Jordan and John Stewart.
But who should be in what role?
I think Hal should probably be the Earth-based, whereas John should probably be the space-based.
Really?
Yeah, just because I think Hal's personality is better.
I was actually going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
You actually took the words right out of my mouth.
But I do think that Green Lantern, if they do this right, they should do a buddy cop movie for the next Green Lantern film with Hal and John, where Hal's already established and kind of goes on his own, and they're like, we need another Green Lantern for your sector. There's too much shit going on, so we got this guy, and John Stewart comes in. He's like the straight man, like the super like military beast.
Or Batman. Buddy cop, Green Lantern, Batman, because they have a good rant. They do rant really well.
But I mean, like, he would have to get a ring, and Batman refuses to wear a ring because he doesn't want to rely on powers, which I respect.
I get it, yeah.
But
and then the last one that I think we both come to agree on was, I really feel that Marvel and DC just need to do like another, a whole new reboot. Like, you know, we said it before. I think Ants gave us a stat before. DC's New 52 was 2011.
Yeah, and I think previous
or
to
13
that it was, or Rebirth was.
No, Rebirth's now. Rebirth
what
happened. It was 7 years, right? Wasn't it?
Something
I feel
like that.
we figured.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
we have it. Pardon us for not knowing off the top of our head, but you know, so DC does do their like kind of rehauls and reboots every 5 or
you just reminded me of something.
5 or 7 years, whatever it is. But I think that DC and Marvel need to take a step back. They need to put every character they have on a fucking whiteboard and separate them as in like, okay, who's worthy of a standalone comic and who's a secondary character, because there's just too many. What?
Speaking of the Statman, this is a song that I meant to bring up. I was going to do it later, but I was going to do it now. I'm pretty sure this is the right song, so I'm going to play it. I'm the stat man.
What the fuck is this? What is that?
It's Ant's new theme song.
Is that copywritten?
Probably. It was on Spotify. But every time I hear the stat man, that's what I think of.
Well, we can't use it, Ant. Sorry, because we don't. Maybe we could buy the rights to it or some shit like that. But anyway, so no, I would like to see them kind of take their main characters down a notch and really think about it. Maybe just give their characters like one storyline. You don't need all these fucking people to do it. Like, just give me if your main focus in Marvel is going to be Spider-Man, the X-Men, Punisher, Daredevil, fine, just stick with that. But like we said, Ghost Rider got canceled after 7 issues. Hellblazer, the Sandman universe version, got canceled after 2 issues. So it's like, obviously some of these people aren't attracting, and it makes sense. Because Ghost Rider is a cool character, but should not be on her own.
They should honestly probably doing a lot more checking of like what's going to really attract more people as opposed to just writing a book because they feel like it's a good idea. Yeah. Like I think they need to kind of feel stuff out more, test it more. Like honestly, kind of do what they do in the movies, where like Civil War introduced both Spider-Man and Black Panther, who went on. No, but hear me out. Like the films introduced them both, so it's like a soft thing, and then you can look and say like, okay, was there enough requests? Did they do well enough that like we can justify giving them their own series?
Spider-Man was always getting something.
No, he definitely was, and I think Black Panther would have too. But I'm just using that as an example for a way they could potentially like look at introducing new characters, like doing a soft.
It's like Winter Soldier and Falcon getting their own TV show.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which will be interesting.
Well, and honestly, I think that works for the same reason, because Civil War, they kind of had this banter where, like, Falcon's like, I don't really like you, but I have to deal with you because Cap's my friend and you're Cap's friend, so it's like, we've got to work together. But their banter in that movie was great.
Fair.
But you remember in Civil War, like, some of the shit they said to each other was awesome.
I don't really remember Civil War very much.
There's one point where Falcon's in the front seat, Winter Soldier's in the back seat, and Winter Soldier's like, hey, can you move your seat forward? And Falcon's like, no. Like, just like, fuck you. Like, I hate you.
I mean,
there's another part where
they
both lose to Spider-Man because Spider-Man's awesome. And Falcon eventually uses his drone to, like, get Spider-Man out of the building. And Winter Soldier's like, you couldn't have done that before? And Falcon's like, shut up. I hate you. It's so good. So I'm excited for that in a TV show.
As long as they do that. Mm-hmm. But who knows? People do weird shit with things. I mean, I know WandaVision is going to be trippy as fuck. And it reminds me. That's a show
I would intoxicate myself 100%. For. 100%.
We should do that. We should do that. I do think that I'm guessing that WandaVision is going to be similar to Marvel's, what was the FX show? Where they go back with, shit. What the hell was the name of that fucking show? It was like
Professor X's son?
Yeah.
I could never fully commit to that show.
That was a very tough time. Trippy show.
I heard very good things about it, but it was very tough for me to get into.
We will let you know the name of that show after we get a quick word from our sponsor.
Why Am I a Nerd podcast network has been brought to you by our sponsor, Me Moms. The best breakfast and lunch down the Jersey Shore with 3 great locations in Wall Township, Middletown, and Brick, New Jersey. Me Moms specializes in unique and fun takes on your traditional lunch and breakfast items. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can find more information at www.memoms.com.
Legion.
That was it.
And we're back. The answer was Legion. It's a TV series started in 2017. It's running for 3 seasons.
It's over.
It was over? It ran for 3 seasons.
That was a hard show to watch. It was beyond trippy, and it was fucking wild. But anyway, moving on to our featured comic of the week, which is really more like featured series because we're going to try to binge read all these.
We could damn near say featured comic of the month.
Yeah,
because we're going to be
2 months. Well, we have till September to finish this.
We got like 2 weeks. So we got next week and the week after. So
we got to go. We got to move on.
Let's go. And then we get into Ultimate. I can't wait for you to read Ultimate.
I know, but we have to read all 12 issues of this. Remember, 12 volumes. We have 12 volumes of The Boys to read.
Yeah, we're going to be burning through this.
And right now, we're only on... You're on volume 2. I just started volume 3. You started volume 3. I just started volume 4. So this is volume 2 we're reviewing right now. And then next week, we'll hopefully be reviewing 3 and 4.
Maybe we should go further than that. But we'll figure it out.
Okay, fine.
We'll figure it out as the time comes.
Well, here's 2.
Here's 2. So this is The Boys Volume 2. First issue came out in March 2008, written by Garth Ennis, inked by Derek Robinson. The second volume of the acclaimed series The Boys is Here by Garth Ennis and Derek Robinson. Dark Avenger Tech Knight and his ex-partner Swingwing are in trouble. Big trouble. One has lost control of his terrifyingly overactive sex drive, and the other might just be a murderer. It's up to Huey and Butcher to work out which is which and get some. Then, in glorious 5-year plan, the boys travel to Russia, where their corporate opponents are working with the mob in a super conspiracy that threatens to spiral lethally out of control. Good thing our heroes have love sausage on their side.
So I have to give credit where credit is due. Is Garth Ennis does a really fucking good job doing parodies. Is that the right parodies of every fucking Marvel and DC character there possibly
Pretty much,
is.
yeah. Tech Knight and Swing Wing are
Batman and Robin.
Well, or Batman and Nightwing.
And then Robin is
Ladio.
This volume just gets more extreme. As these books go on, they just get more and more ridiculous. And
it's just like he's like, oh, they're still giving me money for this? Let me see how far I can push it.
So Tech Knight is the knockoff of Batman who fucks everything.
Yeah.
He fucks a planet. Well, he dreams fucking a planet.
No, it's an asteroid and it explodes after he comes inside it.
Which we don't know if it's actually real or if it's a dream.
I think we can safely say it was a hallucination because
Yeah.
the next page we're talking about, he had a massive tumor. So
But you do meet the legend in Volume 2, right?
yes, you
So
do.
it will be interesting to see because you in Volume. Did you start Volume 3 yet?
I did not. I was
Okay,
doing that
so
today.
remind me, and when we talk about the next couple volumes, the tumor might just be a cover up, and that's all I'm going to say.
Interesting.
Again,
All right.
so you had two arcs here. You had the first arc, which talks about pretty much Tech Knight. I don't remember. Did they figure out if Swing Wing was the killer of that?
Yes.
They
It
should,
was
right?
an accident, but yes, he was. Spoilers. Sorry.
That's what I thought. So the first one was very focused on obviously the Batman parody, and then the second one was more of like this weird. Here's this midget chick that fucking vibrates everything. So this was a very
Everything,
sexually active fucking
Yeah, it actually
volume.
really was. Like, I don't think there was more than 2 pages without a dick reference or
a
someone getting
dildo
fucked.
reference
Yeah.
or. The second one has the guy's pizza face show up on a pizza.
Yeah,
so
which
if you're
made it really
squeamish,
difficult
don't
to
read
eat pizza
these.
Yesterday, but
Don't read these books if you're squeamish because they are pretty fucking graphic.
There's a lot.
I am trying to figure out who are they making fun of with Love Sausage.
I don't know, but he gave me serious vibes from the Black Widow trailer with I forget the actual actor's name, but he plays Hopper on Stranger Things. That when he puts his suit on, it's the exact same vibe with him as the Crimson, not Crimson Dynamo. Crimson Dynamo is like the Iron Man knockoff. Whatever the Soviet
You're talking
version
about
of
Black
Captain
Widow, you said,
America is.
right?
Yeah, the Black Widow. Did
I
I say Black
thought
Widow?
you said
Sorry.
Wonder Woman.
I
I thought you
might
said,
have.
well, it doesn't matter.
I might have, but either way, you know who I'm talking about now.
Did you like the first arc or the second arc better?
Second,
Here?
I'm first. Sorry, first.
With Tech Knight?
Yeah,
Really?
Tech Knight art better. The other one, I just didn't. It never really clicked to me. I was like, this is kind of weird. Like, it felt like they were going somewhere, but the story wasn't fully developed. Maybe
I could see that.
You know, like,
I did think that the first arc with Tech Knight felt like it fit in with Volume 1.
Yes.
This one kind of felt like they were like, let me explore something else.
Yeah,
and maybe it
let's just
didn't
do this.
work because then right away in Volume 4, they immediately tackle, I'm at 4.
3.
Shit, I keep thinking this is 3. I don't remember 3. I don't remember what Volume 3 is about. Off the top of my head, you're behind me, so you'll have the notes on that. But I do think that The Boys is a really good read. If you like the show, I would probably
This is
tell
different.
you
This is
it's
very
different.
different.
It's very different. I don't even know if I'd tell you to read this. If you didn't read this and you watch the show, you might
if
not
you're
like it.
curious, it's fun to look at it and see the comparisons. Personally, I prefer the show to the book. But the difference
They
is,
rush the show, man. They do a lot. Like
well, see, the difference is I watched the show first and you read the book first.
Right.
But they're completely different storylines.
yes, they're not even close.
Not even
Like-
like the characters are the only thing that's really
Like
similar.
Butcher and Homelander meet at the end of the show. At the end of the first season of the show. That's they come together. Like
Yes.
they not meet, but like
They don't
they're
meet.
face to
No,
face
they
again.
meet. They was left on a little bit of a cliffhanger.
Right?
actually.
No, but it's not like the first time they've met. Like they've
Oh yeah.
like
yeah.
they come face to face again.
Well, yeah, and Butcher's a lot more sympathetic in
Yeah.
In the TV show. You get a lot more of where Butcher's coming from. Whereas in the books, you're kind of like, oh, all right, like
You don't find out until the end of the third issue. The end of the third volume, they explain everything about the Butcher. It's like the first time Butcher and Homelander come face to face, which is later on. It's the third volume, so you figure if each volume is 6 issues, the first one is so you have 6, 12, 18. So you're probably looking at the 32nd issue is where Homelander and Butcher actually finally come face to face in the books, which is interesting. And they did a good job with it. It's funny. It's a lot more comical in the book, obviously, than it is in the show. They do something different in the show, like we've talked about, significantly different in the show than they do in the book, which is the 9/11 scene.
Yeah, I'm not upset yet. That'll be in Volume 3.
Volume 3. Again, I'm blending the two volumes together. They do tackle that. And it's a fun read. It is a little tough to read because some of the dialogue is a little weird and wonky, especially because it's supposed to be like he's supposed to be British, I guess. Isn't
he's Huey? You mean?
No, Butcher isn't he British?
Butcher is
and
British.
Huey's I guess Irish.
Huey's Scottish, I think. Yeah, but some of the stuff to say, I'm like, what? Like,
it is tough to read. Then you have Frenchie who like just moi-pois everything.
Literally only speaks in French, which is
the only person that makes sense is Mother's Milk.
Yeah,
he's the one you can really kind of understand.
Mother's Milk to just translate for everyone.
Yeah, but it's good. It's fun.
Why the fuck is his name Mother's Milk, by the way?
I don't know. I have never caught base on that yet.
Okay.
Maybe they talk about it in Volume Hero Guys.
Because I want to look it up, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I want to wait to see if it happens.
Again, I do hope that they stick to the ending of this. There is something that happens really, really, really fucked up at the end of this comic that I haven't read that yet because I've only gotten to Volume 6. I stop every time I'm midway through. But I do know the end of the story. Briefly, I know a spoiler about the ending of the story, which I'll not spoil to you guys, but I really don't think they're going to be able to do it on the TV show.
I keep dropping that.
That's right. It'll be interesting to see what they do and how they do it. But before we go, let's head into our segment of the Shenanigans Engine.
So this week, it is the Phoenix Force. It's bullshit. Every time this fucking thing comes up, it's like, oh, I'm a random force of energy out there. I'm eating suns and shit. But like now I live inside Jean Grey. So Jean Grey's dead. Now she's alive. Now she's dead. Now she's alive. Now she's good. Now she's bad. Now it's this. Now it's that. Now I'm with all the other X-Men. There's a Phoenix 5. It's fucking annoying as shit. Like it's just extra dimensional, super powerful fucking entity that for some reason is obsessed with Jean Grey because I guess she can actually have feelings when she's in a human body. There's too much going on with it, and I feel like it's too exploited at this point, where every time I see anyone with red hair in the X-Men, I assume they have the Phoenix Force, and 9 times out of 10, I'm correct.
There you go. The Phoenix Force is bullshit.
Yeah.
But once again, this is Why Am I Nerd presents Yo Wud Up Comics. We can follow us on Instagram at Why Am I Nerd Official, Facebook.com/Why Am I Nerd, and listen to new issues every Tuesday on your favorite podcast service, and catch new issues on YouTube every Monday at 3 p.m., which is actually, it goes live at 12 a.m., so you just gotta watch it on Monday. At youtube.com/verify us, please.
Yeah, because we've got weird letters and shit right now. If you just subscribe and like us, we don't have to have that.
Yeah, we're 50 away. Again, we have so many subscribers on our podcast
aspect watch
of
things
thing.
Different ways. If you guys don't mind, even if you're not going to watch on YouTube, if you have a YouTube account, please just look up Why Am I a Nerd on YouTube and just press subscribe. And then even if you never look at it again, we would just like to have a URL, please.
Yeah, sure. Which I don't understand why we have so much content out there. I don't understand why YouTube won't just give us it.
Or
they must
YouTube just stop being dicks. That's also
a
factor too.
You're like, yo.
Write to YouTube, tell them to stop being dicks. Tweet at them. I don't know whatever it takes.
Just tell them you hold them with that spider sperm. But once again, we're the nerds with the mouse. I'm Cameron James.
And I'm Matt Ferreira.
Until next time.